To talk introduction to me today. But before I get started, I hope that you are doing well. I hope that your week has started well. So let me know when you're watching, let me know how you're doing and how your week has started. My my week feels like it's properly started today because my three children went back to school this morning, and they're in different schools, but they all went back at the same time today. So that feels like a win. And I'm like, right, okay, September can now start properly. So I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about me today, because we're very conscious. We talk a lot about the catalysts. In the next couple of weeks, we're going to be talking more about our supervisors. We're going to be talking more about the wonderful coaches who work with us in the collective. But we were like, do you know what? It's been quite a while since we've spoken about us as individuals, because Rebecca and I are always talking about ourselves as a partnership. Hey, Life Coach Noni, lovely to see you. It's been a while. And if you're joining me on StreamYard, come and say hi in the comments, because I can't see the names of the people joining on StreamYard. So I am Sarah Bramall, if you haven't connected with me before, co-founder of the Coaching Catalysts alongside Rebecca Daniel. And what I'm going to share with you this morning, just very briefly, is a little bit about me, about who I am, about what I love, what I do, how I came into coaching, and then how we came together as the Catalysts. So prior to coaching, I had been a teacher for 18 years. And it was probably about 10 years ago that I stumbled across coaching, and it completely happened accidentally. And I don't know if you, like me, believe in the power of the universe. I really do believe there's no such thing really as coincidence. I do believe that the universe is always at work behind the scenes, bringing the right people into our lives, bringing the right situations into our lives. And often it's when we look back that we can connect those dots together and think, oh yeah, gosh, that's interesting how that happened. Anyway, I went on it when I was in teaching. I went on a leadership course, and I was introduced to coaching for the first time. I didn't know anything about coaching prior to that. And as I was practicing in coaching triads, so groups of three with two other teachers, they stopped and they just went, oh, wow, Sarah, you're really good at this. And as they said that, I was like, oh, yeah, they're not just being nice. It's not just kind of flattery. Like, there's something here. And it planted a seed. Now, it was a seed because I didn't take action straight away. I went on maternity leave again, had my third child again. But it was as I was thinking about going back from maternity leave after my third child, I was like, there's something there about this coaching thing. And I think the Coaching Academy Facebook ads got me. And I always said to my husband, my daughter was still a baby at this age, really young. She's under a year old, had two other little children. And I said, I'm just going to go along for this free weekend at the Coaching Academy and just see what it's all about. Not expecting anything, but I'm just curious. I'm just going to go and see what it's all about. And I stepped through the doors of the Coaching Academy back in the day when everything was in person. And I had been in that building for about 5 minutes. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is it. And it ignited then a passion for coaching, which has stayed with me and actually grown over the years. Now, I didn't know then that I was going to be able to transition to be a coach. I'd always been a teacher. It took a lot of work to get there, to get to the point of thinking, actually, I can do this. And then it took a lot of work several years later to think, actually, do you know what? I can make a business from this, and it's going to be okay, and it's going to be safe for me to leave teaching. So that's what brought me into coaching. We've got lovely Karen. Thank you, Karen, for joining. Lovely Karen, one of our wonderful collective members, joining me here on LinkedIn. So wonderful to have you with us this morning. So that's it, and that's what brought me into coaching. And now, fast forward, several years later, I'm now an ICF accredited coach trainer. So I now train for the Coaching Academy, because obviously I'm a teacher at heart, and I train students who are training to be coaches how to coach. And that's an absolute joy and pleasure of mine to do that for the Coaching Academy. And I'm a coach supervisor. So very grateful for the variety of work. Rebecca and I came together. We formed the Coaching Catalyst just over 2 years ago. And prior to that, we were working together before that on the Teacher Wellbeing Project. Our relationship started during the pandemic, We had been paired as accountability buddies on a coaching course that we were doing together. And we were used to speaking to each other every single week, checking in. Are you taking action? How are you doing? What's going on? And when the pandemic hit, Rebecca, also as an ex-teacher, called me and she went, oh my goodness, what's going on here to support teacher well-being? And as ex-teachers, we were really called to move into that space and to do what we could to support teacher well-being. And we did that for a short time before we decided that actually we really enjoyed working together and we could see the power of working together. And at that point, we were like, look, we've got two very similar businesses. We both were running memberships individually, but they were very, very similar communities. We were like, let's bring that all together. We brought it together to form the Coaching Catalyst, which takes us to where we are now. So I hope that that's enlightened a little bit about my background and about my journey. And I'm very conscious I've talked all about work. When I'm not working, I'm with my family. I've got three wonderful children. One's 15, one's just about to turn 13, and one is 9. So they keep me on my toes alongside my lovely husband and our lovely black lab, Jack, who keeps me busy as well. And when I'm not working or with the family, what I do for myself is I love running, although I've got a bit of an Achilles injury at the moment, so I'm having to step back on that a little bit, and also yoga. So it's yoga that's absolutely keeping me sane. I've been out on my yoga mat this morning. That's absolutely keeping me sane and bringing me joy. So I think that's a little bit about me. Now, I've talked a lot about me and I'm not really used to doing that. So I'd love to hear from you. Like, what's your story? What brought you? If you're a coach, what brought you into coaching? Or if you're not a coach, are you curious about coaching? Have you ever experienced coaching? What's your background? What's your story? What's taken you from where you are, from where you were to where you are now? I'd really love to hear from you. Rebecca's going to be back this time tomorrow talking about her sort of journey into coaching and sharing a little bit more background about her as well. If you are a coach or you use coaching at work or use coaching skills at work, you are very welcome to join us. We'd love to invite you to join us next week. We're running a free supervision experience for coaches, which is running next week from Monday through to Thursday. So on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 10 a.m. every morning, we're going to be hosting a free session on Zoom for coaches talking about supervision, talking about the benefits of supervision, and also helping us to really reflect and develop as coaches, talking about how we can develop our coaching presence, how we can develop our coaching reflection. So if you are available to join one or all of those sessions, please do register bit.ly/supervision workshops. And then on Thursday at 1 p.m, so over lunchtime, we are going to be sharing our masterclass, how to elevate your coaching practice. So if you're a coach, please do click on that link, register to join, and we would love to see you there. And if you can't join us live for any reason, please register anyway, and we will share the replays with you. So bit.ly/supervision workshops. Okay, that is enough from me today. Please let me know how you're doing. Please let me know if you're a coach, let me know about your story into coaching, or if you're not a coach, let me know about what's brought you to where you are today. Would really love to hear that. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and thank you for being here with me. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.